Hey guys, welcome back to our new video. So are you guys looking to study abroad? Deciding where to study is possibly one of the most hardest decisions ever, as there are many things you need to consider. The type of university, crime rate of the country, the type of lifestyle, and the career prospects of the country. And usually, the top options for international students looking to study abroad are usually Australia and the USA. So which one are you supposed to choose? Which one is a better option? Let's find out. So first off, let us talk about universities. So generally, Australian universities offer mostly 3-year undergraduate degrees unless you go for an engineering or honors program, in which it might take you up to 4 years. On the other hand, American universities offer standard 4-year bachelor's programs. Talking about the fee structure, Australian universities offer courses for $28,000 to $43,000 depending on which program you choose. Now this is equivalent to around 20,000 to 31,000 US dollars. However, in the USA, you can expect to pay anywhere between 20,000 to 50,000 USD for a degree in USA, depending on the course that you choose. However, you can also go to some of the relatively cheap universities like Arizona State University, where the tuition fee is only around 12,000 USD a year. Still, when we compare rankings, both USA and Australia have some high-ranking universities. But the high-ranking American universities are super expensive, while Australia offers both quality and affordability together. Hence, in this case, Australia is the clear winner. Now let us talk about English and other requirements. Australian universities require each band 7 in IELTS for all levels for nursing degrees. For bachelor's and other courses like accounting, IT, and business, you'll need to attend an overall score of 6 and a minimum score of 5.5 band in each IELTS section. And for master's level courses, you need an overall 6.5 score and not less than 6 in each section. Australian universities accept IELTS, TOEFL, and PTE academic as English aptitude tests. On the other hand, to study in the USA, you will need to give GRE, SATs, or GMAT in addition to an English aptitude test. You need an approximate IELTS score of at least 6.5 for direct admission in both master's and bachelor's in the USA. USA accepts TOEFL, PTE, IELTS, and Duolingo. Now let's talk about visa processing. Getting a visa for Australia is relatively easier than for most of the other countries. Processing time depends on the specific sector you're applying to. For instance, 50% of applications are returned within 19 days and 90% within 5 months for the higher education sector, while the vocational education and training sector returns 50% of application in 90 days and 90% in 11 months. Also, depending upon the country, Australia takes interview over the phone, which is quite convenient since you don't have to dress up and go to the venue to give the interview. As for the USA, student visa processing times will vary depending on your country. It can take anywhere between 3 days to 3 months, and you will also have to show up for the interview in order to actually be considered eligible. And now, let us talk about student safety. When we talk about safety, there is no question that Australia is the safest country for students. Is much safer than USA as its crime rate is significantly lower. In the USA, San Diego is considered one of the safest student cities, but is not best in terms of educational prospects. However, Canberra is the safest among 5 major cities in Australia. Now let us talk about jobs for students. Getting a job in the USA is super hard even for Americans. As of Australia, Australia is competitive. However, with the right skill set, you can get a job quite easily. The highest paying jobs in Australia for students requiring no experience include food delivery driver, waiter, barista, kitchen hand, cleaner, laborer, sales representative, retail store assistant, and babysitter. The minimum wage for these jobs is almost 20.33 AUD per hour, which amounts roughly to around 15.02 USD. As for the USA, the common jobs for students are campus ambassador, barista, teaching assistant, library assistant, receptionist, department assistant, research study assistant, college staff assistant, food runner, catering assistant, sales assistant, gas station assistant, retail sales assistant, and tutor. In the US, the minimum wage is around 7.25 USD per hour. And now let's talk about post-study benefits. In Australia, once you're done with your studies, you can easily apply for a 2 to 4 year work visa, which should be generally accepted depending on which city you're applying to and what your credentials are. If you have a diploma, bachelor's, or master's from a big city, you'll probably be able to get a 2-year work visa. As of regional area, you might be able to get an additional 1 year. And with a PhD degree, you will be eligible for a 4-year work permit. As for the USA, you can work 20 hours per week while enrolled in an educational institute in the USA. However, once you graduate, you will need to apply for an OPT extension, which is valid for up to 24 months. And now, let us talk about ease of getting a permanent residency. Australia has a point-based system where you are scored on different points and are only eligible for a PR if you attain a minimum of 65 points. Now, points are given in the following basis: your age, qualification, whether or not you've studied in Australia, whether or not you hold a specialist education qualification, whether you've completed a professional year, whether you have a relevant work experience, whether you're fluent in English, whether you hold a qualification in the credentialed community language, whether you've studied in a regional area, your partner skills, if you were invited from an Australian state. As for the US, it is among the top 5 countries where it is the hardest to get PR, and you can expect your application for a green card to take anywhere from 6 to 33 months. This was all about US versus Australia.